I'm Alistair Greener.
I'm Gemma Clark.
And this is the Swindon Show. Hello and welcome to the Swindon Show. This week coming to you from the Abbey Stadium in Blunsdon, North Swindon.
We're here to enjoy an evening of greyhound racing, and as some of you might know, this stadium hosts the speedway racing for the Swindon Robins.
But before we go and place our bets, let's see what's on the show this week. Now, what do you fancy?
We learn more about the Summer Breeze Festival in Swindon with Sarah Daltrey.
We bring you the latest events in our What's On guide.
We get some fitness advice from personal trainer Dan Heath.
We rustle up the local eating out guide.
With the Big Arts Day approaching, we speak to the main organiser, Helen Miah.
Peter Mannion provides the latest sporting news for Swindon.
We give you the chance to win in our competitions.
And to end the show, we have a music video from the Bateleurs. This vast site was constructed in 1949, originally as a speedway track. But since then, over the years, many changes have happened. And now the Swindon Robins and the Swindon Greyhounds share this area. And it's still a great night out for the whole family. In fact, on Wednesdays, you can go to the Abbey restaurant and get an amazing deal, a 3-course meal for just £12.50. And if you want to find out about more of those deals, then you can look up on swindonweb.com, where you'll find permanent deals throughout the whole year, including free admission. Now, I believe Gemma's popped into one of the bars over there and is meeting our first guest.
I have indeed, Alistair, and I'm now joined by Sarah Daltrey, who's an organiser of the Summer Breeze Festival. And now you're in fact also the lead singer of the band Breeze. Did that incorporate into the name of the festival as well?
Well, I'm more of the keyboard player and crazy dancer. To be honest, it did feature in the festival title. I've been with the band for nearly 15 years, and we started off doing charity events for the Prospect Hospice about 15 years ago, and they started 100 people in a church hall, 150 people in a garden, and over the recent 6 years it's developed into a garden party for about 500 people, up to the festival that is now for 2,000 this year, 2,000 people.
Wow. And you've got some massive names coming. You've got Katie Tunstall.
Yes.
Who else can people expect to see in the lineup at the festival this year?
We've got the Musgraves, who've recently they've been on Graham Norton a few times. I think they've just released their second single. And that's where we saw them, Graham Norton. We said they would be perfect, lovely, summery, poppy tunes. Vintage Treble are our headliners on Sunday, and they're a band from LA, and they do retro, soul, funky, rock and roll, and they are amazing live as well. So they're coming all the way from LA, so it's a bit of a mixed lineup this year. We've got bands coming from Ireland, Scotland, the Channel Islands, Jersey. We've got people coming from Cornwall, Devon, and a number of local acts as well.
Brilliant. And you were saying earlier it's not just about the music necessarily. You've got loads of things going on for all the family to enjoy, so it's for the kids as well. What kind of things in the daytime can people get up to?
We've got workshops for the adults and the families. We've got craft workshops for free, so you don't have to fork out all the time for the kids when they're there. We've got free circus activities. We've got didgeridoo workshops. We're going to have the face painting, henna tattoos, glitter tattoos. There's going to be a giant bubble show, some circus shows and some circus skills workshops. For the adults, there'll be a little burlesque workshop, family friendly during the day, and then a strictly adult only performance in the evening.
Excellent.
We don't have any corporate sponsors. We fund this ourselves, and then all the costs come out of the ticket sales. All of the profit goes to charity, and this year our two charities are the Prospect Hospice and Water Aid.
Okay, brilliant. And what exactly can people expect from the festival in terms of ticket price? How much is it for the weekend? What are the deals on that?
Our aim is to make this affordable for families to come. So for an adult weekend ticket, including camping Friday and Saturday night, £40. All under 11-year-olds are completely free, and there's free activities for them while they're there. There are day tickets available, and they are £22.50 each. So it's very, very reasonably priced,
Very affordable.
especially for the lineup that we have.
Excellent.
We're catered to store and vintage trouble.
All right, well, thank you very much. That's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. And if you fancy the sound of that, then stay tuned a little bit later for our competitions and you could win 4 tickets for the Summer Breeze Festival. Now, that's just one thing that's happening this summer in Swindon. Let's find out what's happening this week in Swindon.
On Thursday, you can really get into the Wimbledon spirit in Swindon Town Centre on Wharf Green's special laid court. Professional tennis coaches will be on hand to help improve your fore and backhand. Just make sure you don't grunt too loudly. On Friday, Guns to Roses will welcome you to the jungle at the Vic. As one of the most highly rated Guns N' Roses tribute acts, they'll be bringing their storming live show to Swindon. The Royal International Air Tattoo is the biggest military air show in the world, and it happens right here on our doorstep every July. This Saturday and Sunday, this fantastic event will see aircraft from nearly every country on show at RAF Fairford, just north of Swindon. And it's not just about planes, there's plenty to do on the ground too, with a huge range of fun, hands-on interactive activities for children of all ages, available from Try at RIAT. Crowds can look forward to special tributes and celebrations to mark the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, as well as an RAF Battle of Britain memorial flight and a flight from the famous stealth bomber, which will have flown all the way from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, USA. With 16s free of charge and parking also free, a family of 4 can enjoy a wonderful day out at one of the UK's most exciting outdoor events for just £78. On Saturday and Sunday, Swindon the Opera will bring their entertaining and informative human story of Swindon and its people over the past 60 years to Steam Museum. It's the first opera dedicated solely to Swindon. If you're struggling to keep the kids entertained on Sunday, The Snail and the Whale at the Arts Centre can probably help. The production sees a tiny snail who longs to see the world, so she hitches a lift on the tail of a huge humpback whale and goes on a fascinating journey. At the time of recording, tickets were available for all these events. However, we do advise that you contact the venues before attending.
Now, we all like to look our best, and often hot holidays abroad require a little less clothing than usual.
Exactly. And for some of us, we find going to a gym nice and easy and straightforward, but some of us need a little bit more persuasion.
But we're about to meet someone who is able to bridge that gap for us. His name is Dan Heath and he's a personal trainer.
So Dan, I love the concept of a personal trainer that comes to the house, because then we don't have to work out in front of other people who are all looking fit and everything else.
Yeah, it's one thing that normally puts people off from using a gym. The advantage of training at home is you get to have your own private space, and it's a big advantage really, because any space can be turned into an effective workout area, and people just don't realise it. They don't know what they're doing, they don't know how to use it. So I come in, tell them exactly what they need to know, and make sure they get the results that they deserve in their hard work.
But of course, like in a gym and a personal trainer there, you've got all the qualifications, you've got all the insurance, you've got all of those kind of credentials as well, don't you?
Yeah, fully qualified, fully insured. I've got many years experience of working in all different areas across many different spectrums. I work with anything from GP referrals, cardiac rehab, to just people wanting to tone up, ready for their holidays.
I mean, that's the big thing, isn't it? It's making that first move. We've all peeled off the layers to get into the summer, well, almost summer, and discover there's a little bit more of us. How do you get that first move to getting fit?
That first move is always the hardest one. You get people come up to you and say, I've got a holiday in a couple of months, have no idea where to start. Okay, you sit them down, you talk to them. First of all, you set realistic targets for them to achieve, and then basically you make sure they work hard to reach them, doing all various sorts of exercises. You correct all the myths that they've picked up over the years, which they often get a bit sort of confused with, and you just try and put them straight, work them to a reasonable level, and make sure they hit their target in time for their holidays.
And how do you go about kind of people that don't want to run or don't want to do specific exercises? How do you make it a little bit more fun and different for them?
Exercise can be so varied. Get the kettlebell out, we'll swing that, a bit of skipping. You'd be amazed how many people are scared when you get the boxing gloves out, but the minute you put a pad up, they're imagining their boss at work, their friends at home, and just start pounding away at those pads, and they absolutely love it, and they get such a good workout from it. Far more effective, far more enjoyable than running.
So you don't really need to have the access to the, the big treadmills, the big cross trainers and all the massive machinery. You can do it with simple things.
Not at all. Anything around the house, if you've got a step, any stairs in your home, you know. I carry all the equipment I need with me to make sure everyone has access to everything that they need. Even the simplest thing can be turned into a full exercise workout that can last you hours and hours and hours, and is so effective.
Well, Dan, it's been great to talk to you.
Pleasure.
All this talk about exercise, though, is making me feel a little bit hungry, and I see the restaurant over there, so I think we might head over there. But in the meantime, we'll have a look at this week's Eating Out Guide. If you fancy grabbing a bite to eat just after work, but don't want to blow the budget, then head to Bateleurs, right next to the Swindon Designer Outlet. Between 5:30 and 6:30, you can enjoy any of their authentic pizzas and pastas for just £5.95, made the way Mama used to do it. See website for details. If you enjoy a top quality grill and don't mind your fingers getting a bit sticky, then the Harvester just outside Blunsdon is the place for you. There you can enjoy everything from a traditional 12-ounce steak right through to a freshly prepared sea bass, and to top it off, there's unlimited salads to keep you feeling healthy. The Carpenter's Arms Hotel have got a fantastic deal if you like a spot of traditional Sunday lunch. From 12 to 1:30 p.m, you can enjoy a main course with a free dessert and coffee for just £7.95. Please call and reserve your place, as this offer is always very popular. Don't forget, you can check out all the best places to eat around Swindon in our comprehensive guide. Just visit swindonweb.com. They're just about to start another race. I've got the bet on, so I'm all set for it. But before we do that, it's a great pleasure to talk to our next guest. Now, you may remember back in March, we interviewed Helen Miah, who is the festival organiser for the big Arts Day, which is coming up on the 14th of July. I'm pleased to say she's back with an update to tell us what's going on. And we have to start off by wearing these hats. So you better start off by telling me why.
Oh, well, the hats are part of the costume for the finale show for this year, which I'm busy sewing sequins onto absolutely everything that moves at the moment in my kitchen. So I just thought it'd be a bit of fun to bring it along this evening and make you wear one.
And don't I look great? Absolutely.
Very lovely.
Now, the Arts Day has become a massive success. It really is part of the major part of the calendar for the year in Swindon. And the numbers have been growing. What was it, 25,000 last year?
Yeah, we think somewhere between 25 and 30,000 people last year.
So a lot of things, and you've got so many more things. You've got a lot of the favourites coming back, but you've also got a lot of new aspects to the festival this year, haven't you?
Yeah, we've done, we like to kind of keep it growing, keep it develop, and we've listened to the feedback as well from last year. So new for this year, we've got a dedicated children's zone in the Avenue, which will have some fairground rides and some sort of street theatre activities just for smaller children, and workshops and activities for them to do. So I think that's going to be really good fun. And for the first time, we've got a film zone this year as well. It's been quite interesting having to do ratings against the films that are going to be shown. We've had to put a line in the programme that says parental guidance is advised on some of the films, but yeah, that's going to be great fun.
I mean, there is so much going on. It's very difficult to decide what to go to, I suppose, almost, isn't it? But I mean, how much of Lydiard Park are you actually going to take
we
over?
take over the whole park. That's what I love about the Big Arts Day. Yeah, so there's activities on what's called the events field, which we're calling the festival zone, activities on the lawn. We've got a new sort of chill out area on what's called the barbecue field this year. We've got activities in the wall garden, in front of the wall garden, literature zone near to the house. So yeah, the whole park is just kind of taken over, and the programme is about this thing. No one will be able to see everything, that's for sure.
Well, that's what it's all about. You pick and choose what you actually like.
Yes.
And the whole of Swindon is invited.
Yes, definitely.
Well, Helen, thank you so much. Continued success with it. I know it's going to be bigger and better than ever this year.
Yeah, if you can sort that sunshine out for me, I'll be a happy girl.
We will do our bet, whether I'm a gambling man or not. And talking of gambling, I believe actually Gemma's down over there by the betting area. So I don't know if you're placing too much of a bet over there. Gemma, how are you doing?
Only a few quid, Alistair, don't worry. Really looking forward to the Big Arts Day as well. And now I'm joined by Peter Mannion. We're going to find out what's going on locally in the sport. So, what's going on?
Well, it was a case of arrivederci for Paolo Di Canio as his Swindon squad jetted off to Italy to start preparations for the new season. On board the plane were all 7 summer acquisitions, including recent signings Alan Navarro, Tommy Miller, Jay McEverley and Troy Archibald Henville. And Di Canio will now set his sights on trimming his 30-strong squad, with striker Mehdi Carucce already leaving for pastures new. Meanwhile, whilst there was yet more penalty shootout misery for England, their pain was Swindon Robins' gain, as the defeat for the Three Lions meant that the home Elite League fixture against Wolverhampton could go ahead. The Swindon Robins hadn't raced at home since May the 24th, and if England had made it to the semi-finals, the race would have been postponed. In total, the Robins have had 12 cancelled race meets this season, but despite the stop-start nature of their campaign, they are lying comfortably inside the playoff positions. Elsewhere, Noureddin Madoune, the Swindon-based Moroccan boxer, failed in his attempt at winning the international heavyweight version of Prize Fighter. He was stopped in the first round to American Kevin Johnson. Johnson went on to lose to fellow countryman in the final, and aptly named for a boxer, Troy Hammer. And finally, congratulations to Swindon swimmer Grant Turner, who finally booked his place at London 2012 after winning a silver medal at the national trials last week. Turner will be part of the 6-man 4x100 metre relay squad, and there's still a small chance he may even make it in the individual event. That's all the sport for now.
Thank you very much, Peter. We wish him the best of luck.
Definitely.
And now it's competition time. Big congratulations to our previous winners. Neil Thomas, who won 4 tickets to go and see From the Jam at the Old Town Bowler, and Sarah Colbert, who won 2 tickets to see Dancing Queen at the Wyvern Theatre. Great competitions on offer for you this week. Let's check them out.
4 weekend camping tickets to the Summer Breeze Festival, featuring the likes of Katie Tunstall and other top acts. A sit-down meal for 2 at the Burge Indian Restaurant in Wanborough. Yum. All you have to do to enter is visit the page on the screen now. If you have a smartphone, you can scan the barcode to be taken straight there. Winners will be contacted by phone and email. For full terms and conditions, please see the competitions page. Now, as we're not really in a suitable location for a live performance this week, we're going to show a music video from the Bateleurs, who, interestingly enough, are going to be performing live on the show in a few weeks' time.
Excellent. But first, we want to say a big thank you to everyone who appeared on today's show. Sarah Daltrey, Helen Miah, Dan Heath, and of course, Abbey Stadium for having us here tonight.
Now, do stay in touch through the normal methods, Twitter, Facebook, or even email us, studio@theswindonshow.com.
But now, playing us out with Ghosts, it's the Bateleurs.
Bye for now.
Goodbye.
Down to the river with me. Summer days won't last. It's hard to see just where I'm at. These days with me break hard to remedy. With a head full of broken dreams. No way, nowhere, you went so far, you're over the hill, through drugs and thieves, nowhere for the others to go. These ghosts I know, these ghosts I know. These girls I know, and you tell what you wanted, and I just tell what I need. When you turn around, keep on running. Start to play on your mind. feel with a blackened heart. These days of me work hard to remedy it. I tell myself down a desolate road,